played like a doubles kind of like setup, and then he's like, "Yeah, we should just start doing this for cardio because we hate cardio." So like we hate running, all that kind of stuff. So we were like, okay, this works. So we've been waking up Tuesdays and Thursdays at like 6 a.m. to go before work. So we've been doing that for the last like 6, 7 months. And then when it was cold or when it rained, we just played racquetball instead.
So you live around here?
Yeah, I'm like right down the street.
I see. Is it okay if I ask how old you are? Just
Yeah,
curious.
I'm 39.
Any kids?
No.
Okay, so you guys got all the time to play.
Yeah, I've been here like 5 hours sometimes. So like,
Oh, really? So you're a convert? You're an addict?
yeah, I would say I'm probably pretty into it at this point.
And your wife, you guys?
She doesn't really play. We just did it the one time because we didn't
Oh,
know the rules or anything. It was like literally just trying to figure it out on the fly with our friend. Um, so yeah,
she doesn't have the bug? You don't play with her?
she does like actual cardio, so she
Oh,
runs
she's
marathons and
okay.
stuff. So
All right.
I guess you got your cardio covered. I don't.
That's okay. It's cool. All right. So you're a member here?
I'm not.
You a member anywhere? Okay. Because the reason I'm asking, I'm just curious. So, how much play are you doing a week? You say?
I think I'm playing like 10 to 12 hours.
Wow. We're here or
So we go to a park that's nearby for an hour and a half.
outdoors?
In the mornings. Yeah, and then I'll go to LA Fitness and play racquetball if it's not temperature-wise up to it or weather-wise. And then I come here for like the 3-hour open plays, and I do the unicorn camp, so that's 2 hours a week, and then a private lesson.
So the unicorn, the 3.5, I'm assuming, or what level?
Yeah, I don't know. It's advanced intermediate.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm right around like a 3.5. I think.
Okay. So when you play singles or play doubles?
I just play doubles. When I
Uh,
play with my partner, we'll just do skinny singles in the
so you have a consistent partner?
morning.
Okay. Um, so my background is I'm old. I'm like 54, and I've been playing tennis all my life. And I tore my ACL about 15 years ago. Took some time off, and then I got fat. Discovered pickleball in
Yeah.
2015. So I've been playing for like 10 years, and it's changed a lot. The game has changed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about it until a couple of years ago. And it was just like things that old people do at retirement homes. And then I was like, oh, this is like a legit thing.
I'm actually a stay-at-home dad, so
Okay.
my background's in IT.
Yeah.
I got 2 girls, my wife works, I stay home. So when the girls are in school, I play pickleball. So I pretty much play.
Nice.
When I first discovered pickleball, I was playing like twice a day, 7 days a week. I would drive to Conroe and play.
Okay.
Back then, there was
Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah.
So, of course, coming back from a tennis background, I was considered a banger.
Yeah.
So what do you consider yourself?
A mess.
Huh?
A mess.
Well, if you had to classify.
I've changed from just driving everything to trying to drop on the third shot now. So
What's your favorite stroke?
probably just a forehand drive.
Forehand drive. And so you play in singles?
I have not really done singles. It's only just like when it's me and my partner, we play in the mornings, we'll do skinny singles.
How do you like it?
I like singles. The problem is, so I hurt my ankle a little bit, so I'm not like as quick as I was. And I don't know the strategy, but I'd be down to do a little singles and kind of get the strategy of it too.
Did you hurt playing pickleball?
No, this is from being drunk in New Orleans.
Okay.
I was running in the rain and hit a sidewalk that wasn't
That's
there.
okay. Been there, done that. So do you stretch and stuff before you play? You know, we recommend that, right? Because
I did a little stretching before I got here, and then I had some lower back issues lately, so since I started pretty much, like it was before that, so I've been using like a lacrosse ball to roll it out, but it's not really doing much.
you do any shoulder stretch like this?
I do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to probably warm up at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So how
Familiar with that. So like, you basically give the person a 4-point advantage, and one person's at the kitchen line, and the other person's back, and you're basically just trying to play a point out. So
Okay.
trying to work yourself forward and score. So we've done a little bit of that. So like resetting, drops, that kind of stuff. If there's anything you can help me with for single strategy, I think that'll be helpful. Like just kind of get a sense of what I do, because I don't really know. I think I charge the net too much right off the bat. I gotta probably hang back a little. Those are the main things, I guess.
So paddles, are you
I haven't looked didn't do much of this. I got like 4 of them in this like box thing, and then it broke 2 months in, so I got another one that's pretty similar. This one feels good because it's soft, so it works well for drops and like around the net. But the other one I have is harder and has grit, so it's good for power and spin. So I think the goal would be to work towards that one, but right now I feel like I still need the control more than anything. I've got that as well if you wanted to.
So what would you say your biggest problem, hitting it outside the court or into the net?
Purely inconsistent, but yeah, it's probably even. Like I'm trying to hit topspin hard, so I'm catching the net a lot, and other times it's just crazy like way out like nets.
Okay.
The last lesson we did, we were working on kind of getting the topspin, like the hard kind of like flick, and then even if it's here, just getting it down. And a lot of stuff would go long when I'm trying to get the topspin. Like I'm working with like the last foot of the court, and it's like it's either in or it's out. Like
how's your serve?
I don't really care about the serve too much. I just do a very basic kind of whatever. I do a slice and a topspin, and that's it. Because like I'm not trying to lose any points like on serves like in a dumb way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to like aim for the middle, but like obviously deeper the better. Like I know the gist of it. Just like I don't know that's like a main focus for me right now. I would say my weakest thing has always been net, which is why like I'll win in singles playing my partner because I'm back a little bit more. But once we get into a dink battle, like every doubles game is, I struggle with just control on some of the dinks, and then once it speeds up, I was like way behind because I was taking like massive swings, and now I'm just shortening everything up. So that's made a drastic difference.
Okay. I like, so especially we need to warm up. I feel like we do.
Okay.
You know. So the way I like to warm up is everyone's different. A lot of people they want to dink warm up, but I don't. I like to drive and warm up because that way I get to see your movement and your swings, and then we can come in. So let's start with that, okay? I'm gonna tie my shoes, and then it's gonna be a little long. Do I have a time limit or?
I'm gonna have y'all go till 4:22.
Okay, what is it now?
We're going an hour, so y'all have been talking 7-ish minutes.
Okay. I'm just doing a time check.
Do you have your phone? I mean, do you have your phone in your basket to keep track of time? Or,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend that.
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, that's working. I want you guys to do the thing. I'm probably gonna go work a little bit.
No, you're fine.
I'm gonna watch you back.
Yeah, because you as long as the recording's working, right?
Last time with Stanley, I'm on the sideline with the iPad, and I'm like, and I think I was intimidated. So, anyways.
Okay, we're good. As long as we're recording, I'm just gonna tie up and then I'm. So I'm big on. I'm a field player, right? Touch player. I like to drive, but I'm also touch. I can dink. I prefer to drive. But so I like to, I guess, see the way you operate first. So that way I need a baseline of what your skills are, right? And see what you think about your skills and what I see are the same. Okay? So let's grab your bag, and that way I have I'm crazy about paddles, right? I got over 100 paddles. So when I say I'm crazy about paddles, so my New Year's resolution was not to buy a paddle this year. Of course, I broke it in like the first month. So currently I'm playing with the gearbox, right? Have you had a chance to try the gearbox?
I haven't really done much.
So the control, so this is an elongated paddle. So your paddle is a wide body. So so it's going to be this one is a little shorter and wider. Most tennis players like elongated paddles. I'm short, so I like the reach, right? My shots are pretty good, so I'm not big on the wide paddle. I started off with the wide paddle, and I feel like I get more movement with the narrow paddles, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do my other paddle. So this is this is a paddle tech. So I started with paddle tech. You have to have one, and it's a very soft paddle. So paddle techs are good for soft game, right?
Yeah, I found that this is actually much harder than this one comparatively. So I can get a lot more spin and power with this one, seemingly, but that one has like no power, and it's pretty soft, so I can feel a little more control based on what I've determined, but I could be wrong.
Okay, let's go. I want you to grab a couple balls. Let's just hit. Okay. So I want to see. Number one rule is to get it over the net. Okay. Number two rule is to keep it inside the line. So let's just start with that. I want to see how you move, what kind of swings you have. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and pick a ball up. We don't want you to. It's okay. How you feeling? Okay, I'm gonna bring you in. Your strokes are fine. You were a little nervous in the beginning, but the only thing it's when you hit the ball, especially in singles. You want to know about single? I play singles. The secret about single is, especially obviously, you don't have someone else to rely on, so you have to place the shot. So you're gonna place the shot. Watch the paddle hit the ball. You gotta trust your shot. That's how you play singles. Yeah, it's not gonna work every time, but you know there's only you, so you gotta trust your shots. Okay, so we'll come in. Let's do some dinks and see how you do. Woo. Ooh, I'm a little rusty. I haven't played in a couple of days. That's good. I usually like to move, even when we do drills. I like to move you because in a game, you're going to move. So, you're doing good. So you're rushing it. So I always tell people, don't rush to hit a bad shot, right? It seems like you're hitting it, and then you're anticipating the return. You're going to...
So stick with the shot longer.
Yeah. Yeah, because That's why it's not going over the net, right? Because you're thinking about resetting already. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just in practice, this is where you want to do whatever you want to try everything, right? Try it. But number one rule, remember, is to get it over the net. Okay? So that's our focus. Take your time. Good. Woo, good. All right. That was excellent. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was excellent. You didn't let it drop. So you realize that you want to get there in time. So you're cutting it a little too close, right? A lot of people you're hitting it too soft, right? Because it's not going over the net, right? So what you want to do is when we're drilling, you want to give yourself 3 inches clearance, right? Because number one rule, you got to get over the net. It's much easier to ease up on your pace once you get it over the net. Then you get a feel for it, right? You know how the stroke feels. You know how much pressure you need to get it over the net. Then you can cut back. It's much harder when you try to hit it perfectly. Especially in a tournament or in rec play, you're already under pressure. So you should always be giving yourself 2 inches over the net to compensate for you being tight. Because everyone does in the game, right? So just think, number one rule, over the net, right? And when you hit it over, you have to hit it with some control, right? Because you can't just whoosh it over. You're trying to hit the perfect shot, which is very rare to drop it and falls over. You want to push me left or right, always moving, okay? So.
Do you want me to move you? Like I was trying to keep it more.
Oh no. Yes. When I drill, it's always like playing because when you get in the habit of hitting it back to the person you're drilling with, it's a very bad habit to break. Because it's hard. Everybody says, "Oh, I can change it when I get to the game." No, you can't, because you have muscle memory. Going back to the same person. So when we drill, it's always left, right, okay? Not every time, not everything's...
Yeah, you can stick to the same side.
Yeah. So when I say, majority of the time, I want you to vary the shots. Left, right, left. It doesn't have to be every time, right? Okay? That was good. I was watching you. That was very good. So see what you did? You took your time and went over. You had control of it. You hit it where you want it, right? So that's the way you drill. Okay? It's okay. Well, I don't mind that because there are a lot of varieties in the game, and at least you got it over, good pace. So if we were playing, that would have been a great shot. So always be open. Be flexible, right? Always keep your mind open, right? Look for the open shots, okay? So that right there, you always give yourself a foot in. Just always, right? Especially if we're in a game, right? Because you're going to be nervous. So always just...
2 inches over, foot on each side.
Yes. Because once you improve, then you can get... Yeah. But you got to get it over there. You got to feel the swing, and you got to know how much pressure, right? How much pace. See? What happened there?
I think there was more spin than I was expecting. So I stopped
But you hit it. Also, you hit it too soft, right? Too soft, it didn't clear the net. If you're on the run, you want to air over, right? Because I may swing at it, right? Or it may go out, but at least there's a chance. If it hits the net, it's over. So I want you to have that mindset, right?
Yeah, I get that point because with drops, I'm very worried about leaving it too high so they can smash it. So I hit it in the net a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's an automatic loss.
Yeah, and everyone hits it high once in a while, right? But at least it's over, and then you can see it, right? Let's say you constantly hit it high, 6 inches. You can slowly adjust because you already have the muscle memory of getting it over the net and hitting it deep, right? Because I always want to hit about right here, okay? So once you get the feel for the dimension of the court, you play more, you get the feel, you can adjust automatically, right? So, but the first thing is to get it over the net. Second is there's a big white line here, so it's an easy target, right? So you can see it easy. And so, but yeah, so every time you make a mistake, I'm going to remind you, right? So that way you're going to when you're rushing, when you're not sure, go ahead and lift it, okay? Part of the game. Don't get excited. Don't get frustrated. It's part of the game. So it's always mental, right? Always, it's a mental game. So what happened there? So what's our number one rule? Okay, so I'm going to keep repeating that, right? So, because I want you to live it, right? Live it, breathe it. So it'll be instinctual. So every time you go for a shot, your number one thought is, I got to get it at least over, right? Over the net, or it's over. One zero. At least it's over. You're doing fine. Actually, you're doing really good. So that's why I'm placing the shots because you move well, right? You're moving well, and I'm forcing you so I can see what kind of strokes you have. So you're doing fine, okay? It's 2-0. Good, good. Point. Woo! Sneaky. Also, I just want to remind you that always be lenient on your line calls, right?
Yeah.
I'm super lenient, right? I mean, it's just a game, right? So don't get excited. Be an ambassador for the game, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not certain, give it to the opponent,
that's
right?
basically what I do.
So what we got? 2 up. You hit that one high to my forehand, which is not recommended, right? Take your time, place your shots. 2-2. Woo! There's, it all depends on your skill, your comfort level. That's fine, right? The only drawback, the biggest drawback is we're very similar in height. You're a little taller, so our wingspan is not that great, right? So you base your approach on your opponent's accuracy, right? Like, if I can pass you, it's probably not a good idea to come up, right? So I missed it. So if it's working, don't change it. Then you're also probing, right? Be flexible. You're probing. You're like,
So if you start cleaning lines, just hang back.
yeah. Because if it ain't working, it gets to 11 really quickly, right? So always be flexible. Watch the game. You play according to, especially in single, your skill level, what you're capable of, and your opponent's skill level, and what they're capable of. You can beat someone that's better than you if you play intelligently. That's why I say it's the mental game, right? Okay. So, side out, 2-2. Woo. So, over the net. 2-3. Woo, ow. So 3-2, right? Ooh. That was a bad approach. That was a bad approach, right? You hit it like mid-court soft, right?
Yeah.
And it bounced high. So you want to keep me back. So you want to hit it. Yeah.
I just got to hit that corner, basically.
You know, you want to hit it ideally deep every time. It's not going to work every time. But on that shot, you bounce it high. I was coming in. I'm going to crush it. So a foot in, deep. Okay? 2-3, 2-4. Don't overthink it, okay? No, I'm just saying. Everyone plays much better when they're relaxed and feel the game, right? You know, watch my strokes, watch the way I'm playing, and study my movements, right? Don't be set, be flexible, okay? Less stress on yourself, okay? So 2-4. Three, 4. All right, good shot. 4-3. Woo, good shot, good shot. Good try, good try. 3-5. Four, 5. Good shot, good shot. You had time. You had time, right? You had time. You were there. You just put more pressure on yourself. You rushed it, right? And
I feel like it was fun. I guess not. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's that half second to stay out here before I'm charging.
Your strokes was what was rushed. Yeah. So you were there. So that's what I'm just reminding you that you were there. Don't rush the stroke.
Just a half second.
Mm-hmm. And you want to hit it deep, right? That was a little soft. So you don't have to win every shot, right? You want to kind of build the points, get your rhythm, because once you hit it in the net, that's a rhythm killer, right? So if you're running and you're not sure, hit it deep, okay? So the right mentality, right?
Yeah, I feel like I had enough angles when it's over. I'm good. I don't know, maybe you're there, but it seemed like
It was a good shot. I was expecting it to come over, but I noticed you just rushed it. That's why you were like trying to beat me to it, right? So it was I didn't beat you to it. You hit it in the net. You rush yourself. See what I'm saying? So stay calm. That's the secret. Stay calm. What we got? 4-5. Good shot, good shot. Did I serve that? I mean, 5-4. The speaker, the mic bit the dust on that. So that was a good rally, right? See this? So you were moving me, I was moving you.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think I gave up on that point for no reason.
Yep, it's singles, right? And there's no one else to cover for you. Is it 4-5? Woo. Great shot. You took your time, you placed it, you didn't rush it.
I was trying to watch you to see what direction.
That's right. So you see how it works, right? So a lot of times a person wants me to tell them exactly what to do, how to think. And I tell people, I'm here to help you think on your own, right? Because I'm not there with you when you're playing, right? It's you. So you always have to be aware, be present, stay calm. And you have to trust your instinct, right? Trust your game, right? Yeah. I can't play for you. So I'm here to help you improve your strengths, right? Number 1 rule, ball over the net. Number 2, inside the lines. And the rule of all rules is to stay calm, right? That's the secret. Because it's different when I beat you. It's a lot worse when you beat yourself, right? So everybody's going to win, everybody's going to lose.
Our team is beating ourselves more than anything by
Yeah.
far, so we're trying to figure that all out.
It's all about the mental part, right? So number 1, just when you go back with your partner, just tell them this what I told you.
Yeah.
What's our number 1 rule? Over the net. Because it's over, right? Yeah. You hit in the net, he hits in the net, it's a momentum killer, right? I mean, what do you learn from it? It's very basic. Hit higher, right? So I'm like, obviously it's pretty simple, right? Then why didn't you do it in the beginning, right? Why must we repeat that error, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, when you play more and your skills are improved, you can cut it a lot closer to the net. But right now, the only thing you're doing is just killing momentum. It's taking longer and your partner longer to improve because
there's also like way less issues with margin of error in singles. Like you just kind of like it's even more important just to get it over. You know,
yes, yes.
Doubles, I think I try and get too cute. I'm like, it only can be over by an inch. And like,
see, that's what I tell people. If you go back and watch Ben Johns, he's the world's best player by far by 2, right? It's very rare to see Ben John hit a cute shot. He's not there to be cute. He's there to win. So he plays the percentage shots. So think about that. Him with all his skill, he's a natural player. He's a beautiful player, right? He doesn't do the cute shot, right? You see 3-0, 3-5 all day, every day on the court trying to hit cute shots. 9 out of 10 is going to go in the net. So I don't want you to practice that. Don't practice that because it's a bad habit. Then it'll take you longer to correct it, right? Just think what I told you. Ben John hits the high percentage shot over the net, place it, right? Force the opponent, right, to hit, make a mistake. But if it's a put away shot, it's put away, right? So I have to remind people. They're like, a lot of people get in a rut of thinking they're going to win by grinding it out, which is a strategy, but it's not the only strategy. You have to be much more flexible, right? So that you don't miss the put-away shot. If you always practice just getting the ball back, you'll never see the put-away shots, right? And then you only get so far because when you play with better players, they're going to crush you, right? So you want to practice the correct way to play, is the right mentality. So you need a break? Look, you sure? Yeah. So what's our score?
We're 6-4.
6-4. You feeling lucky?
Like you're just gonna
so that's the wrong mentality, right? You got to be confident. You got to feel like you can win, right? Woo! Okay. Good game. Let's get some water.
Yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts are as far as like, do you think my game translates more to singles or doubles?
Is that your water or my water?
It's not mine.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my. So then we can talk. I should have brought water. So the first thing I noticed, right? You lack confidence. This is my first thing, right? You're a good player. You have a lot of potential. Be confident in yourself. Okay? You're like overthinking it a little bit, right? Thinking you got to improve so much, to make so many corrections. You're a fine player, okay? There's not much. It won't take a lot for you to improve, okay? So you got to think of it that way. So don't overthink it and be so tight, right? You're fine, all right? Just, it's always back to the basics, right? Watch the opponent. Know your own skills. You're confident, right? And that's how you play the game, right?
Yeah, I think singles seems way slower in comparison to doubles, where everything's happening at net so quickly that I think I get like a little bit more chaotic. It's like anything that looks like it might be able to kill, it's like, okay, go for it now. Whereas the smart play is to take the extra step back and just think it again and keep the rally going. So I think I fall into a lot of the traps with that kind of stuff too. But in singles, it's, you know, everyone's further away. You're not like right at net, so there's more time to kind of see it, like you're saying, to hold and kind of see what they're doing. So I get what you're saying with all that, and I do feel more relaxed playing singles, I think, just because of that time element and because my hands are probably my worst attribute. That's like all doubles.
Don't be negative. Your hands aren't bad.
No, they're much.
I know, but every time you say that my hands are bad, don't be so negative.
No, I feel much better about hands. But yeah, compared to singles, I feel like I'm better at singles than doubles, but I'm not sure either.
But you have the right mentality to take over to doubles, right? You see the difference in taking your time, placing the shot, giving yourself more time, being more confident, right? You have more time than you think, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is when you're playing and you go for a shot, right? If you make the same mistake twice, then it's a reset. Don't go for the third one, okay? Because the only thing you're doing is having muscle memory for the wrong shot. So that's why it's always a mental game. You have to be aware. So some people say, I'm going to power through. You can do that in tennis. It's like 4-hour game. You know what I mean?
These last 15 minutes if it goes poorly.
Yeah. It gets to 11 very quickly, right? And then every time you hit it in the net, your momentum, it's a momentum killer, right? You have to, it's real tough, right, to reset. So when you have the established process, right, you're like, I just hit it twice the same exact way. It's time to reset. That's not working. It's not going to work in this game, right? If we're going to lose, like, we're going to lose differently, right? We're going to try something different, right? A lot of people say that. If you're going to lose, let's don't do the same freaking thing, right?
It's okay to lose twice.
Yeah. So always be present, be aware. That is the key, right? Your singles game is fine. Once you loosen up, you're good. You saw what I was doing. You remember what I was telling you. So it's much different when I'm painting the lines, right? So that's what's going to happen, right? Because I can paint the line, you can't, right? Not yet, right? So, but you're not going to paint the lines right away. You're going to slowly inch your way out, right? And that's how it works. Because you want good technique. You want to be confident. You want to get a feel for the court. So I tell people I play so much that I can almost feel the dimension of the court like blindfolded, right? And that's where you want to get to, right? And that you know where. So when you first start, right, there are a couple of things you need to look at. If you're playing someone new, you want to see which hand are they holding the paddle. They're a lefty, right? And the other thing is you look down at your feet. You look where you are on the court, right? Especially in doubles, right? If you're going to stand wherever you feel comfortable. So what I tell people is I don't recommend hugging the kitchen line, right? Especially if you're just starting out, everyone has a tendency to step in, right? So you're going to be in the kitchen. And then that's really a bad habit to start, right? Then when you get called on it, it's going to mess with your mind. So it's easier to stay about a foot or two from the kitchen and then step in, right? And then when you get better, you get used to the kitchen, you're going to know where you are. So when you first start a game, you're going to pull out your paddle. You're going to stand about, if you're on this side, you can stand about right here, right? You know, anything that goes past your paddle is going out. You don't need to cover it. So you only need to cover the middle. And it's easier to move to it than back, right? Than covering this way, right? See what I mean, right? So you look at your feet, you look at your partner, you look at the opponent, where they are in the court, so you kind of have an idea, right? So if the shot comes hot and heavy, you'll subconsciously remember, you may not consciously remember where everybody is on the court, but subconsciously, if it's coming hot and heavy, and you do it enough, you're going to put the ball where they're not. Because that's what your objective in the game is. Not to hit it back the way it came, which is instinctively what everyone does. And that's the habit you want to break, right? Because you don't want them just standing there returning your shot, right? Like you're feeding it in a drill, right? That's why when you drill, do not feed it back the same way over and over. It's hard to break in a game. So don't start with a bad habit, right? Always left, right. Always move, right? Because in a game, nobody's going to feed it to you, right? But you might, because you practice it, right? So think about where you are and always reset, right? When I tell people to think about the mental game, they get overwhelmed and they think like they have to be 100% of the time. No. You only need to be focused for like 30 seconds, right? Because you only engage when the ball is moving. Then after that, you can relax, look away, reset. You don't have to put that much pressure on yourself, right? No one focus for 2 hours straight. So So let me. We do a time check. So I think he said 4:20. It's already 4:13. I'm a talker. Probably talk too much. So but I like to get a feel for who I'm working with, what the objective is. So we only have an hour, so we can't work on everything, right? So we did the singles game. I think you should be playing singles with your partner, right? Does he play?
Yeah, that's what we do. We do skinny singles typically, just because my ankle. But
Oh, because your ankle. Oh, okay.
That's what we used to do. Yeah.
Skinny single is okay. It's good to focus your shots, but it doesn't help you with movement. Obviously, but whenever you should play singles because it forces you to focus because you know you can't hit a bad shot. There's no one to cover you.
Yeah.
So I would like tell me what do you think about your partner? What's his name?
His name's Jordan. He's athletic more so than me even. So like a lot of our game, especially early, was we'll just lob it over. And if they get into like smash battles, we're just in the back row just returning it somehow still. So like we win points through like a lot of athleticism over skill. Now we've both done the Unicorn Academy, so we got a little bit more like plan in place. So like for example, I never would drop. So my third shot was a drive every time.
Mm-hmm.
And they just easily return it because like, that's not going to work in double so great. So now we're trying to work on that. And then it's a question of, we're leaving it short too much, we're just giving away points. Trying to make sure we're, like you said, we're going over rule number one, even if it's too high and they smash it, like we can recover at least. So I don't know, like our game is chaotic. He's got quicker hands at net, so he tends to take more of the middle, obviously depending on forehand, backhand and stuff, but like that's our main like kind of setup. But a lot of chaos for sure.
So how would you know him, right? Because he's your partner. How would you play him in singles to win?
I've never lost to him.
All right. So he's not at your level.
No, we're very close. Yeah.
So how do you play him? I want to know your strategy. What do you think? What his weakness are? Tell me what his weakness are.
He does too much aggressive stuff. So he'll try and hit his serves hard, and he hits them into the net a lot. So I get steal points on serves. I don't know. That's the main thing. I mean, we move each other around a lot, like because we're both athletic, but we know we need to move people. But he'll get lazy and hang back on his returns. So I'll steal points on my serve by
trumping them,
by coming up instead of him coming up where he should be. Like so, he should be up on 2 or 3, whatever it is. Whereas I have to wait till 3 and then come up. I'm able to do that with him not up yet. So I steal points because he's still not coming to the net like he probably should.
Okay.
Those are the 2 main things that I get the advantage on.
Yeah, even with your partner, you always want to be thinking, like studying his tendency. Yeah. So it's a good habit to have, right? Because when you play someone new, you already want to be in that habit. You're like, okay, what is it? I always try a person's backhand. They say that. Get to the backhand, see what kind of backhand they have.
Oh yeah, we always start backhand with new teams. You can see it right away too. Like some of them that aren't good at all, they're rounding it massively.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, backhand all day. We're done.
Have you guys played in tournaments?
Yeah. So the first one we did here, we came in 3rd. Then we won a very low end one at Bumpy Pickle. Then we came in 2nd, which we had no business coming in 2nd, and another Bumpy Pickle. We came back from down 6-0 playing the 7 in the 3rd set twice to make it to the finals. But again, it's just athleticism trying to drive us there because we're just taking chaotic points and stealing the points. We've done a couple more recently here where we've come in like 6-7. So like we kind of like we can't get over that hump because we just give away points.
What level were you playing?
These are like 3-0, but everyone's 3-5 to 4. So like we played against
everyone's sandbagging.
We're like 3-5s playing 3-0. So this next tournament, they're gonna make it so that your duper has to be under a certain threshold to play in that level. So that'll help kind of clear out that. But yeah, I mean, I think we're like probably top 25-ish%. Like we're right in that range where we're still not winning stuff, but like we're competitive enough.
So your partner, how's he do with suggestions or
Yeah, he's fine.
He's good. Yeah. Do you give him suggestions?
Yeah, I mean, not when we're playing singles because I want to beat him.
Yeah, but like.
But yeah, like a lot of it is in the older tournaments we played. I'm such a mess at net at that point that I'm just giving away so many points at net, and he's getting frustrated. So he's trying to do too much, then he'll start messing up. So that was a lot of our dynamic earlier. Now I think I can probably rely more on being at net and not messing up. He's still a little bit better, but we're much closer to the same level.
So what I do with my partner and what I do with some of the teams I work with, I tell them, the partners, right? Your job is to help your partner when he's making a mistake or he's not seeing it, right? So a lot of people get offended or angry if we count errors, right?
Yeah.
But that's not we're not trying to put someone down, right? We're trying to improve the team. So what we do is like, we go 1 or 2. I'm like, 2 in the net. That's it. That's all you get, right? So my partner's aware of this, right? So we would talk about it beforehand, so he's not offended, like I'm trying to ruin his. So that way, you're forced to think, I already got 2. I can't make the same mistake. So it forces you to play the mental game, right?
Yeah.
So even if you play singles, if you're beating him too easily, you're not getting anything out of it. And so if he's your partner, you should tell him what his errors are.
Yeah.
And because you won't improve if he doesn't improve.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't have any problem telling people what my weakness or my secret or what I see in them, because it only makes me feel better. It forced me to come up with a different game plan, right? So I find it more challenging, right? Because lifting all boats, right?
The other thing we do is we'll make everything competitive. So if we're just doing dinking and stuff, we're playing to 10 or whatever. We do the 7 or 11. I know you aren't familiar with that, but you probably understand the concept. So like, I'm here starting down. I'm going to 11. He's going to 7. Fine. So just give them like an easy serve, and his goal is to make it up. So I'm just trying to keep it deep.
Transitioning. He's transitioning in.
Transitioning onto the kitchen. So you basically are spotting the person 4 points. So that's the 7 or 11. So we'll do that a lot, and like he'll beat me in that a lot. But yeah, when it comes to the full games, he was up 2-1 on me. We ended up playing 5 sets, and I beat him. But like usually we just play 3, and I'll beat him 2-1 or whatever. So it's close, but like.
I highly recommend you getting a GoPro or camera, phone stand or whatever. You should be recording almost all
I've
of.
never recorded anything, so that's it.
It's night and day.
Kickball, and it was like across the country.
Oh,
So
you had a kickball team?
Yeah, like
where?